afternoon. You're watching PA Harness Week, and I'm Charlotte McBride. Well, this week wasn't just another week of harness racing. Super Stakes Sunday took over Harrah's Philadelphia, and we saw one of the most memorable races of the season. Coming up in this next half hour, we'll show you highlights that will have you on the edge of your seat. Records were falling at Super Stakes Sunday. Most of the world's top harness horses were there, including the Hambletonian winner Market Share, as he squared off against Googoo Gaagaa in a race for the ages. We'll also head to Pocono for more exciting finishes and to the Meadowlands for the Houghton Final. The hottest horsecasters in the nation are bringing you racing's fastest paced half hour. It all starts right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
There they go.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily.
Underway. Starting fast outside here is Brent Messenger into the early. Five and four the halftime. Just over 3 to go. At the top of the stretch.
Hi there, everyone, and welcome to PA Harness Week, along with Heather Moffat. I'm Steve Ross. I don't know about you, babe, but I am still in the afterglow of the big day, Super Stakes Sunday, that took place, oddly enough, this past Sunday here at Harris Chester.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't on like a Thursday. That would just be weird, right?
That would have been odd. It's the same thing as being in Harris Chester, which actually is Harris, Philadelphia. I can't believe I'm still saying Harris Chester, but I guess that takes a while to eradicate from the older mind, as it were. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. No, I totally understand. I got it.
It was a great day. Nice crowd showed up. A lot of betting opportunities. All the best horses in the planet were here at Harris, Philadelphia. And without any further ado, we should immediately mention that normally the Battle of the Brandywine and the Colonial are the co-features because they got a $500,000 purse and they attract the best horses. But this year, the Colonial had a little bit extra special going on, and that was the Hambletonian winner, Market Share, was here, but he was taking on the X Factor, and that was Googoo Gaagaa. And we're going to go to our roving reporter, Charlotte McBride, is going to tell us all about the big day and specifically the Colonial.
A large crowd of young and old was on hand at Harrah's Philadelphia on Sunday for the 5th annual Super Stakes Sunday. With $2.7 million in purses there for the taking, the money appealed to many, but the majority of fans were there to see racing's newest star, the Hambletonian winner, Market Share. But claiming a victory here on Super Stakes Sunday wouldn't be easy for the prestigious Hambletonian winner. He would have to go up against the super speedy colt, Googoo Gaagaa. Now, in previous races this year, Googoo Gaagaa had problems with braking, but his driver, Callahan, was confident those problems were in the past. It was a race for the ages as Market Share faced off with Googoo Gaagaa in a $500,000 Colonial.
Little Brown Fox floats clear of Market Share, moving to the first turn. Googoo Gaagaa came away in third position. Now 4 lengths off the lead as they bank into the first turn. Guccio is in the 4th position, 6 lengths behind his entry mate. Then it's 3 farther back to Beer Summit in 5th position. A length and 3/4 to Frostbite's K, followed by My MVP. Uncle Peter is at the back of the pack. 13 lengths off the lead of Yannick Gingras and Little Brown Fox. First quarter, sensible, 28-1. They pass us the first time with Little Brown Fox leading the way a length and a half. Market Share, the Hambletonian winners close the pocket. Googoo Gaagaa floats wide, 3.5 lengths off the lead. Guccio will be second over on the bridge turn, now with 4.5 to make up. Beer Summit's got room to save ground up to take over 4th. Frostbite's K is 6.5 lengths behind Little Brown Fox as they arrive in the backstretch. My MVP and Uncle Peter remain the trailing twosome, 56-3 for the half mile. 3/8 to go in the 42nd Colonial. And Little Brown Fox faces mild but steady pressure from Googoo Gaagaa, who's up into second spot and 3/4 of a length away on the outside. Market Share holds pocket position. Guccio is second over, still 2 3/4 lengths off the lead. Beer Summit's pinned down at the pegs on the far turn, followed by My MVP, 2.5 to Frostbite's K, and Uncle Peter's a wide last, 3/4 and 124-2. Making a break was Guccio. They come to the top of the stretch. Little Brown Fox accosted now by Googoo Gaagaa, and Market Share is cut loose up the open stretch. 16th to go. Googoo Gaagaa chased home up the inside by Market Share. These two down to the line. Googoo Gaagaa!
It was Callahan and Googoo Gaagaa by a neck in 152-1. After the race, we caught up with Corey and Market Shares driver Tim Tetrick.
As I've told everybody all along, he's a professional in every sense of the word. And, you know, as soon as he got up there and could sniff Yannick, you know, it was over.
You know, we've talked back and forth a few times. There's been a lot of stuff on Facebook and different things. But I know there had to be a lot of apprehension leading up to this race because you, quite frankly, I know you wanted to get through the race. You wanted him to trot the mile. And so how were you feeling going in?
Yeah, I felt pretty confident going in. You know, there was a lot of naysayers because of the couple breaks that he made, you know, but he had excuses for why he made it. You know, I mean, he's an athlete just like these other, you know, football players and professional athletes, and they need a little bit of maintenance. And you know, we fixed the problem, and I thought we had the best horse coming into it, and we proved it here today.
And it was a heck of a field. I mean, you had the Hambo winner in here. You had the favorite in the Hambo. You had a three-ply Jimmy Takter entry. I mean, this was a seriously tough field.
Yeah, this was a great group of horses. I mean, these are, you know, the top 8, some of the top 8 money earners, you know, in the country. And, you know, to go out there and beat these horses in dominant fashion like he did is it's just unbelievable. I just want to go celebrate right now.
I used speed there leaving off the gate, and I was following Yannick with Little Brown Fox, and my horse raced extremely well. He just got beat by a horse that was a little bit better today, and he got the jump on me turning for home. I got a 2-0 trip, but Yannick's horse stopped just enough and jammed me up a little bit coming out of the turn, and he lost a little bit of momentum, but by the wire, 2 steps past, he was by him and just didn't have enough time to get to him.
It was a great day of racing here at Harrah's Philadelphia for the fans who got to witness history, for the drivers who got to be a part of it, and for the horses who will never be forgotten. For PA Harness Week, I'm Charlotte McBride, and with that, we're going to send it back to Steve and Heather.
With $2.7 million in purses on Super Stakes Sunday, obviously a gigantic day in harness racing brought out a lot of dignitaries, including our Executive Vice President of the United States Trotting Association, Mike Tanner, and Steve caught up with them.
We're here with USTA Executive Vice President Mike Tanner, who is doing a bang-up job. And Mike, these kinds of days are the kinds of days you live for in this business, right?
Yeah, this is absolutely the fun part of the job. Certainly the best card in Pennsylvania racing history, and one of the best cards I've seen anywhere. So doubly thrilling for me to be here, being that I was around Harris Chester and now Harris Philadelphia at its inception. This is a fun day.
What about the state of harness racing as a sport? How do you see it today and looking forward?
I think obviously the salad days of the 1960s and even the 1970s are not here anymore, and there's so much more competition for the gambling dollar. But I think we're a niche sport that has a great upside. I don't think there's ever been a better time to own a harness racehorse than right now, especially in jurisdictions like Pennsylvania that have enhanced gaming and that have great purses. It's a game that everybody can get involved in. I mean, I could never be a jockey, quite obviously, but I can get in a bike and I can jog horses. I sometimes think when people talk about marketing and the need to market, I agree with that, but I think maybe one of the best marketing opportunities that we have is to drive ownership in the sport, because I think it's an easy sport to fall in love with, and that these people can serve as our ambassadors and bring even more people into the game.
And I think we have to say that you are a fan, first and foremost, right?
Yeah, my career is a beautiful accident. If you had told me when I was in high school that someone was going to pay me to go to the races, pay me to get to come here, talk to you, go to these wonderful events, I would have said sign me up, and fortunately it happened.
Continued success. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks so much, Steve.
Thank you, Michael. And Mike Tanner is such a great guy. Of course, he used to be the head racing guy here at Harrah's Philadelphia back when it was Harris Chester. And Mike is a local guy, and he still has family that lives here. And we'd like to give a shout out to his mom and dad who are watching this program, PA Harness Week, today. And you know what? You can be real proud of your kid, Michael. He's a great racing fan. He's good for the game, okay? Stay with us when we come back. We'll have more of the big day, Super Stakes Sunday. Don't go away.
They arrive on the backstretch in pursuit of Chapter 7.
Welcome, good old Sunday. No love when you don't come. Welcome, son, welcome, welcome. Welcome to your place in the sun. Welcome to your place in the sun.
Hi there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. Along with Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross. And one of the big races contested on Super Stakes Sunday was the Maxie Lee, named for a great trainer driver in the Delaware Valley. Everybody loved Maxie Lee, great guy. And this race, the Maxie Lee Memorial, carries a $150,000 purse. It is named for Maxie Lee, and boy, did it attract some high-class horse flesh. And Heather's got that for you.
All right, this is yes for older trotters, and you're right, Maxie Lee, so popular in the Delaware Valley. Now in here, number 8, Chapter 7, he's the 1-5 favorite, coming off a 1:51 world record, equaling the fastest trotting mile ever on a mile track. So of course he's going to be the fave in here. But then the second choice is the 5-1 track record holder, Anders Bluestone, and he is defending his Maxie Lee title. The rest, double digits.
Off of the Maxie Lee Memorial, and winning Mr. was sent right for the front. Savruga is urged on up the pegs, and Chapter 7's put into play immediately. These three will vie for contention. Winning Mr. a neck in front, but Chapter 7's pushing early. Chapter 7, the 1-5 favorite, has taken the lead moving into the first turn. Winning Mr. yields to the pocket. Savruga will be a close-up third at the apex of the first turn. 2 lengths to Anders Bluestone, the defending champions, in a good stalking spot, 5.5 lengths off the lead. They're followed by Looking Hanover and Sharp Edge. Rose Run Hooligan is second last. The early trailer is Coco Lindy, and Sharp Edge made a break in stride in the backfield. First quarter, 27-1, and Chapter 7 leads Winning Mr. past the post first time by a length and a half. Savruga tracks from third. Anders Bluestone floats wide, 4.5 from the front. Looking Hanover angles wide the track cover into the bridge turn. Rose Run Hooligan still has 7 lengths to raise. 2.5 to Coco Lindy, who just broke, and far back last of all is Sharp Edge, the half 56-1. They arrive on the backstretch in pursuit of Chapter 7. The Nat Ray winner leads Winning Mr. by a length and a half. Anders Bluestone's up within 2.5 lengths of the lead. Savruga's locked in while 3 from the front. Looking Hanover is second over behind Stale Cover with 5 lengths to find. Rose Run Hooligan 6.5 behind Chapter 7, who scampers clear of Winning Mr. now by 2.5 lengths. They hit 3/4 in 1:24 flat, and Chapter 7's now got a 3.5 length lead. Winning Mr. trying to hold second, but it's a half length to Anders Bluestone, who's now taken over the second spot, gaining gradually. Savruga's in traffic, 7 lengths behind Chapter 7, who's pouring it on at head stretch. Chapter 7 with a 5-length lead. Anders Bluestone's a hard-driven second. Looking Hanover's rallied into third, but Chapter 7 is home. Chapter 7 wins the Maxie Lee.
Chapter 7 files away another big win, ups his earning to $1.4 million lifetime. Hello, a 6-length victory for trainer Linda Toscano. Tim Tetrick was in the bike for the 152-1 wire-to-wire win. By the way, that just missed the world record by a 1/5 of a second. Just. All right, Anders Bluestone was second. Looking Hanover was third. We caught up with the connections for more in the race.
He's just a great horse. He shows up. He knows when the money's down, and besides the 1 defeat there in Canada, he's been perfect, and he's just having a good season so far.
You've driven a lot of great trotters in your time. Buckeye St. Pat is one of them. Where does this trotter stack up against the rest of them?
Well, he's right up there. He's got high speed. And he's only a 4-year-old, so hopefully he'll grow and get stronger for his 5-year-old year next year. And as long as he keeps taking that step forward, I look forward to driving him every time.
This race has special significance. Maxie Lee was not only a good friend of mine, he was my mentor. He and his 2 grooms took me under their wings, and I had my trainer's license, but the grooms had forgotten more than I'll ever know. And the 3 of them taught me a lot. So to win this race, which is in honor of Maxie, is very meaningful.
Thanks so much. Time for more great racing. The $350,000 Valley Forge for 3-year-old pacing fillies, the best in the world, I might add. Number 2, American Jewel with Tim Tetrick with the 7-5 chalk. Number 5, Romantic Moment. I so do love those. Was 2-1 with Yannick Gingras. Number 4, Major Look with Andy Miller. Went off at 4-1, and with a call, our guy James Withright.
Off of the Valley Forge, Major Look, Romantic Moment, and from the outside, Economy Terror. These 3 will vie for contention. Romantic Moment splits fillies to take the lead by a length and a quarter. Economy Terror pushes into second down the outside from Major Look, who's pushing the pace as well up the near side. This trio is sprinted clear by 5 from American Jewel, the favorites in fourth, and 7 lengths off the pace. Big McDeal's a length and a half behind her, and 3 clear of Dream of Winning. Destiny's Chance is second last, and Hands Off My Cookie is 14 lengths off a cutthroat battle through a 26-second first quarter, and Economy Terror was hard used to clear Romantic Moment with just over a circuit to go. Economy Terror leads by a length and a half. Romantic Moment sits in the pocket, and Major Look was relegated to third spot. American Jewel's a good bit closer to the pace now. 4.5 lengths off the lead as the pace slackens a good bit. Big McDeal floats wide, and she's got cover as both Major Look and American Jewel drift out to the two-path as well. Dream of Winning has room to save ground, 6.5 from the front. 2 lengths to Destiny's Chance. Hands Off My Cookie moves wide from the back, still with 8 lengths to make up on Economy Terror in the 6th edition of the Valley Forge. 54 and 3 for the half mile with 3/8 to go. Economy Terrors being tackled by Major Look up within a head on the outside. Romantic Moment stalks from the pocket. American Jewel is second over and 2 lengths off the lead with a quarter to go. Dream of Winning's buried in traffic. Wide of that, Big McDeal's got 3.5 to come. Hands Off My Cookies behind excess cover, 5 lengths behind Economy Terror, and Destiny's Chance is a ground-saving last. 3 quarters and 122 flat. Economy Terror turned aside the challenge of Major Look. Here comes American Jewel fanning 3 wide for the stretch drive. Economy Terror at the 150. Called upon for everything she's got, joined by American Jewel, and now overtaken. Romantic Moments late on the scene up the open stretch. Down to the line, Romantic Moment.
Number 7, Economy Terror, off at 8-1 with Brian Sears, cut the mile before caving. Late, Romantic Moment took the 2-hole and unleashed a rousing drive up the inside to get up and win in 150-1. American Jewel got a perfect second over trip, but was only second best. Number 3, Dream of Winning, a 30-1 bomber with John Campbell, got third, and we caught up with the connections of Romantic Moment.
She's a pleasure to drive. She's got really good gate speed, and we were able to use it today and get a good trip.
And she's also a stablemate of American Jewel and beat her. How do you see those two lining up?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt they're 2 of the top 4 or 5 filly. I thought there was 4 or 5 filly in that race today that could have won it. It was just a matter of who was going to get the best trip, and thankfully today we got that job done. We got the best trip.
Thanks, Yannick. I don't know how I got the privilege of being able to cover the $500,000 battle of the Brandywine.
I dropped the good word in with you with Bruce Casella. That's how you got it.
Okay, let's see. Gosh, how much time do I have here? So many great 3-year-old pole pacers. Number 4 is A RockNRoll Dance. Even money favorite, the Meadowlands Pace winner. But not only that, coming off this spectacular second place finish in the Adios. Didn't win, but still magnificent. And then number 3 is Hurricane King Cole. He has got this reputation of being fast because he is fast, okay? He's won in 157 and 3 this year. Then there's number 8, Sweet Lou, the 2011 2-year-old pacing champ. Really high expectations about him this year. Some people are thinking, well, he didn't live up to him. Let me tell you, Sweet Lou has been very impressive, so he's the 3rd choice in here.
First quarter mile, an arduous 25 and 3/5 seconds. Danielle Dubé and Hurricane King Cole lead the field past us the first time, and it's a length and 3/4 to Sweet Lou, a comfortably tracking second. A RockNRoll Dance is close in tow from third, moving into the bridge turn. 2 lengths to Time to Roll, up within 5.5 lengths of the lead. They're followed by Mackerlane, Pet Rock, and Shady Breeze remains at the back of the pack. 52 and 3/5 seconds, an unprecedented half mile with Hurricane King Cole holding that 2-length lead up the backstretch. In the 36th battle of the Brandywine, Sweet Lou has tracked his every step, and Gingras cuts A RockNRoll Dance loose out of third, now within a length and 3/4 of the lead. Dubé's getting after Hurricane King Cole to keep on, but A RockNRoll Dance strikes right now. Sweet Lou's looking for somewhere to go. He was able to wedge wide. Time to Roll's up within 3.5 lengths of the lead. Mackerlane's to his inside. Pet Rock moves 3 wide with 4 lengths to come. 2 off last, Shady Breeze, 3/4, 120-1, and the field turns for home in battle 36. A RockNRoll Dance opened up to a 3-length lead. Sweet Lou fully extended between horses, overtaken for a second by Pet Rock. Down to the final 70. A RockNRoll Dance full out. Pet Rock's on to be second. A RockNRoll Dance wins the battle.
Hurricane King Cole, who's known for his front-end swiftness, gets to the 3/4 pole in 130-1. Psych, I think going into the race I said 157-1. I'm so old school. I'm sorry, I'm old school, okay? Even though I look 21. All right, so anyway, Hurricane King Cole couldn't keep the pace going. A RockNRoll Dance comes off a really nice 3-week layoff, right? Never misses a step. And he impresses like a even money favorite should. The time 1:48.1. It's a stakes and a track record with a regular driver, Yannick Gingras on the bike for trainer Jim Molyneux. Pet Rock was second, and Sweet Lou was third. We caught up with the Happy Connections.
Yannick, you set a new stakes and track record, 148-1. How good is A RockNRoll Dance right now?
Oh, he's very, very sharp. Started out the year a little slow. You know, I don't think he was 100%. I don't think I was driving him 100%. We were kind of both off at the same time. But in the last 5 or 6 starts, he's been unbelievable. And he's got him as sharp as could be. And he's a great horse.
It must be a real pleasure on this animal, huh?
He's just special, and he hasn't had great racing luck the whole year, but he pulled it out in the Meadowlands Pace, and he pulled it out, of course, here. And you got to be proud of the winners, and this is a big winner. He's good.
Thank you very much. Boy, it was a tremendous day. And I guess one of the big parts of the day, beside the fact that the racing was terrific, was the fact that it was a day where the temperature never got over 80. There was a nice, pleasant breeze. Normally we do the TV show, it's 100 degrees, and it rains. We had none of that nonsense, but of course we didn't do the TV show this year. Hopefully we will do it next year. And stay with us when we come back. We'll go up to Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, and we'll check out our Kelly Connor picks. Don't go away.
Mustang Art toe-to-toe here with Drop Red.
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hi there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. This lovely lady to my left is Heather Moffett, and this person next to her is Steve Ross. Hope everything's going well for you today. It's time now to go up to Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Why? We're going to check out race 4 from Saturday. And number 5, Mustang Art, was the 2-1 chalk with Ron Pierce. But in the end, number 7, Touch the Rock. And that's something the Rock likes. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I love surprises, I think.
Did you like the eyebrow raise?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Oh, you caught the eyebrow raise.
Wow.
Okay.
I thought Dwayne Johnson was in the building.
Okay, Touch the Rock was a 9-2 shot with Tyler Buter. He came from the men's room to win in 149-2. Number 3, Drop Red. The second choice at 5-2 with Georgie Knapp was second. Number 1, Dreamland's Art off at 4-1 with Matt Kikali was third. And now with race 10 on Saturday, here's Heather.
Okay, non-winners are $33,500. Last 5 starts, the purse is $21,000. Talon's Light Hanover didn't disappoint his public as the bettor's choice with a 148-4 win by a neck. That's a lifetime mark for the 4-year-old driven by Andrew McCarthy. Summer Camp was second. A.J. Corbelli was third.
Okay, the next one, race number 11 at Pocono, a 30 down to 25 claiming handicap. Number 7, Ahead of the Curve with Georgie Knapp was the prohibitive favorite at 3-5. Number 3, Grandstand Hitter was 2-1 with Ron Pierce. And these two battled each other the entire mile with Grandstand Hitter beating Ahead of the Curve ahead in 151-1. Number 2, Old Man River with Matt Romano was third, but finished in another zip code. And now time to go to our Kelly Connors to find out what she's got in store to fatten up your bankroll.
Thanks, guys. Well, last week's picks were all about Harrah's Philadelphia, and they did pretty well in there. We're hoping we can deliver again this week, only it's all going to be at Pocono. We'll look at the first race tonight. It's a great card, 14 in all. Race number 1. It's a condition pace with a purse of $18,000 and a full field. I'm going with a hot pacer, the 4 Drop Red, trained by Rob Horowitz. This one, a big-time money maker, over $685,000 in the bank, a very classy pacer. This 6-year-old is bouncing back in 2012, been hitting the board plenty, coming off a very fast mile where he finished second in there, was a big-time closer in 150 flat, but has a very fast mark. It'll be a competitive one, but he gets the winningest post of the field at Pocono, 4, 1, 8, and 2. My picks in race number 1, and moving to the feature race 10. Again, condition pacers. This time, $25,000 is on the line, and I like the 3 Towns Light Hanover. Another competitive field, another very speedy one as well. But Towns Light Hanover delivered for fans in his last start at Pocono, where he was shuffled back early on, but made some moves in there, saved some ground, and charged home to win in 1:48 and 4. Now that's just a tick away from the track record set by Special T Rock, so he's pretty fast for his kind. He's got a good spot, a starting spot in here, and hopefully an easier trip to add to his $500,000 winnings tonight. 3, 2, 8, and 6. My picks in race 10 at Pocono. Hopefully they'll bring you some luck and some extra spending money this weekend. Back to you guys.
Thank you, lovely Kelly, and stay with us when we come back. We're going to do the very exciting segment. We're going to go to the Meadowlands and go in the bike.
Rock and Cam needs some room as well behind a wall of horses.
NF quotable got
Why do so many winners travel in EB trailers? They love the ride. EB Pacesetter trailers deliver your horses in peak condition, ready to race every time. Designed to provide safe and comfortable transport for standard-bred racehorses, EB's Pacesetter Series trailers are the preferred choice of professional standard-bred trainers and breeders nationwide. All EB Pacesetter models feature custom standard-bred options and excellent airflow and aligned interior sealing to keep your horses fresh and comfortable. Every EB trailer has commercial quality componentry and riveted sidewall construction engineered and designed to stand up to constant and rigorous horse and road use. And a sleek aerodynamic nose design that also delivers improved fuel savings. More winners ride with EB than any other trailer. EB, setting the pace in standard-bred horse transportation.
Hello there, and welcome back to Harrah's, Philadelphia. By the way, did you have any idea that this place you can gamble for 30 minutes and you can get a Tony Luke's cheesesteak?
I knew that.
You did?
Yeah, I saw the sign.
Well, did you guys know that? I mean,
and I'm starving.
You know too?
I'm getting ready to do that as soon as we're done with the show today.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, it's time to go in the bike. We go to the Meadowlands on their closing night card, and the big feature of the night was the $431,000 Billy Houghton Memorial, named for that great trainer driver of yesteryear, just a terrific guy as well. Okay, and this was a big race. Number 2, Golden Receiver, was even money with Andy Miller. Number 5, Callahan Hanover with Doug McNair. And number 8, We Will See with Ron Pierce were both 7-2. Foiled again, who's made $1 gazillion, was 4-1.
Golden Receiver, the one to beat at the top of the stretch. Foiled again is just off his wheel there on the outside. Callahan Hanover trying to kick off his cover. Edges out 3 wide. We Will See needs to shake free. Rock and Cam needs some room as well behind a wall of horses. 1:21.2 for 3/4. And Golden Receiver sprints for home with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Callahan Hanover is gaining ground on the outside. We Will See trying to edge out. It's Golden Receiver. We Will See and Callahan Hanover. Golden Receiver almost there. Golden Receiver coast to coast.
Golden Receiver, who's a lot like the thoroughbred champion Seattle Slew, in that he goes to the front and says he dares everybody to catch him, and they always try, but they rarely do. Golden wired them all, leading every step of the way in 1:48.2. We Will See left from the outside, got a dream 2-hole trip and still couldn't beat Golden Receiver. And that was it. He was golden again. And that's going to do it for another edition of PA Harness Week. And for all of us here, including the lovely Bruce Casella, my partner Heather Moffitt, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway.
Starting fast outside here. Brett Messenger to the air.